we're going to talk about Lil Uzi Vert today, and he just dropped his Eternal Atake 2 album, which is projected to sell around 60K copies first week. And this right here is not a good look, because Uzi usually sells 100K copies first week, and he's one of the leaders in his class. And for him to sell 60K first week, and the album was really bad too, by the way, it wasn't that good. It was, and I'm not the biggest Lil Uzi Vert fan, but I've heard better songs. This project wasn't good, and a lot of his fans are saying the same exact thing. Him, Playboy Cardi, those are artists, they're the top artists in their class. So for Lil Uzi to sell under 100K, way under 100K, that's crazy. Because his Love Is Rage 2 sold about 135K copies first week. His first Eternal Atake sold 288,000 copies first week. And his Pink Tape that he dropped about last year sold about 154K copies first week. And there was a few joints on it that were pretty good on that tape. And listening to the Eternal Atake 2 album by Lil Uzi, it just sounds very lazy, and it sounds like he's on drugs or some type of whippets or something like that. I believe there's a video of him getting caught doing whippets, and yeah, it's not a good look for Uzi because it's affecting the music. Not saying he wasn't on drugs or doing any type of substance before, but it's clearly not working now. And it's crazy because Uzi has such a huge cult fan base, and so does Cardi. Even though Cardi hasn't dropped a tape yet, we're gonna see what his project does, but I'm pretty sure Cardi's gonna sell at least 100K first week, or if not close to that. And that's why it's a shocker for Lil Uzi, because he sold one something before, that 154 with Pink Tape, and for you to sell 60K, that's a huge drop. Even though it's projected, of course, the full sales it hasn't came out yet, but he's pretty much selling around that ballpark. So that's a huge dip right there. If Uzi was to sell maybe 80 or maybe 90K, it would be understandable and passable because it's still close to 100K, and like streaming is whatever, but we can't make an excuse for Lil Uzi, because they would use Uzi as an example, like, oh, these artists are selling low first week, they don't have a fan base like Uzi, they're not as big as Uzi could still sell 100K. That was kind of like the norm. People would view Uzi that way. He sells records, he has hits. And I'm not saying Uzi can't make a hit. He still can, of course. I feel like anyone can make a hit as long as you have a decent fan base. You can make catchy songs or make decent to good songs. If you're melodic, you're good. You can still make a hit. But to sell records, to sell crazy albums and stuff, people have to be excited for your work and have to love your music. If the music isn't good, people aren't gonna like it. And I feel like when Eternal Take 2 was announced, I feel like people weren't really happy. Like, they weren't really excited. Yeah, of course you're going to have Lil Uzi Vert super fans and stands and stuff like that. Of course they were excited, but yeah, overall I haven't seen people go too crazy, even when it was announced before the project came out. So that right there was kind of like a sign. So I don't know. And for it to not do that well, it's kind of crazy. Even though 60K is normal these days, a little better than average, but yeah. And this is not me saying that it's over for Lil Uzi, obviously not, but you can say that his run is coming to an end in terms of his monster run, selling 100K first week, 100 plus. Remember, he sold 288 at a point. That's wild. So that goes to show you, people was really rocking with Lil Uzi. Even if, you weren't the biggest fan of him and stuff, he had fans. He had a hit. He had the EXO Tour Life. He had them big songs, So, yeah, Lil Uzi, his run is definitely coming to an end. But his career's not over, because when someone sells horrible first week, a lot of people love to say, oh, their career is over. No, their career is not over. It doesn't work that way. But it's a sign that, you aren't as lit as you used to be. But for it to be a huge drop like this, it's kind of concerning. But I don't know. We'll see. Because I remember when Uzi would drop little snippets on his Instagram and stuff, like, or wherever. It would just go viral, you know? It would just go crazy. It would get a lot of attention, engagement, and stuff like that. People would be anticipated for the songs and stuff, but it's not really like that these days. I don't know. We'll see though. But yeah, the Pink Tape was definitely better than his project that he just dropped. This Eternal Take 2 was not it. So, and maybe his fans could just be sick of his sound. You know, they want something new. They outgrew it. It's not their, number one priority anymore. You know, they still might be fans of him, but they just don't. He's not the number one go-to guy anymore. Because remember, I believe Uzi is either 29 or 30. Because remember, back then, Uzi would talk about about older people, calling them old heads if they're in their, I believe their late 20s or mid 20s or something like that. He used to, kind of age shame certain people, like artists and stuff, calling them old heads. And now Lil Uzi's there now. He's at that age, so you can't change life and stuff. So it's probably like that with him. They look at him as the not the OG, but like you're the older guy now. You're the old dude. So we're on to the new people like Yeet and other upcoming artists that are that they want to be number one. So yeah, Yeet is that guy right now. In that Uzi realm. They have like similar fan bases and stuff. So they're mostly following Yeet and artists like that. And Playboy Cardi is just different. He's like a different type of beast in terms of like fan base and cult and all that other stuff. Whether you like him or not, or whether you like his sound, what he does, it's different. But hey, his fan base shows out for him more than Uzi. I could tell you that. But yeah, let me know how you guys feel. Are you a fan of Lil Uzi? Did you hear Eternal Take 2? Did you enjoy the project? Did you even bother listening to it? Just comment all that down below. And with all that being said, thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm out.